Okay, so the shortage that I'm actually talking about is for the Actemra medication that is for people with autoinflammatory diseases, and there's many of them, but this medication in particular is being used currently, the IV version of it for hospitalized COVID patients, and it is now become a shortage because hospitals are using it for them. And now rheumatologists are having to reach out to their patients and switch their medications entirely or switch back to the self injectors at home or, just have a conversation about, what the next steps might be.
That's one of the issues that we're going to go into a little bit more about today. And actually there is a press release we put out and also a longer version of the article on this topic that we will link you to.
This is an ongoing situation and I have some hope, but COVID hasn't been going away anytime soon. So I am kind of keeping an eye out on, what would happen if my medication got changed. Because
Yeah,
like you,
something
like
to think about.
I'm doing so much better now.
Mhm.
And I don't want to go back to constant pain and constant, being aware of pain and draining of the energy and not being able to get
Yeah.
through your day. And
One of the things that I'm going to add to what Deb said is yes, it is happening for the hospitalized patients. That's the one drug that's approved. There are many in the process of being tested in clinical trials, and will this work for COVID as well? And so we're hoping that the shortage will sort of even itself out. If there's more, nobody will have to go without. But the thing to remember is that it's just a fact. The high percentage of people who are in hospitals on oxygen in need of this medication are those that are unvaccinated. And it just goes to show if you've not made that choice yet, if you have not been vaccinated and you have your arsenal of this is why, we would like you to at least add to that level of education to make an informed decision that if you end up in the hospital and are in need of this medication, there are thousands of people all over the world that are sacrificing their own quality of life, not asking, by the way, to sacrifice, just being
right.
told we're taking this from you to give to the critical. So chronic illness is now not as important because we need to take care of critical illness. And
Right.
so, there's a lot of issues that come with that long-term disability, not being able to get your quality of life back for possibly months, if ever. So
Right.
there's a lot that goes into this. And then also to answer your question, you said, Deb, about the production. Um, you could always look up on their website. They do have they do try to update their statements. But what I want everyone to remember is that it takes a long time. It's a very complex system to make these medications. These now
Absolutely.
what Katie pill form, that's a little different because it's a manufacturing process that is is very different when you're just talking about a pill. But the biologic injections and the infusions, these are live molecules. These
Mhm.
are, living living medications, if you will. And the process is extremely time consuming. And I think that all has to we have to remember the process it takes to do the manufacturing. It's not an assembly line situation where we can just
Flip a switch and have it
flip
produced.
flip a switch. And even, I'm going to make the analogy to toilet paper because we all
I
lived
think we
through
all,
that.
we all
and
experienced it.
and when you think, I went, and you see all these big toilet paper manufacturers on the news, and they're like, look, we have machines and they are running full capacity. It's impossible. They run full capacity all year round, matter of fact. So we can't even like turn a switch and do it faster because they're this is what we can do. And stop buying it. Stop
Yeah.
hoarding
Hoarding,
it.
hoarding,
Mhm.
hoarding. That's the word.
Yeah, because
Yes.
we're also wanted what you want to just briefly mention what's happening with some of this Actemra And we understand hospitals don't want to, I mean, nobody wants to see anybody pass from COVID. I've known
Correct.
people,
Yeah.
our own co-founder, Kelly, her father and her uncle. I mean, nobody wants to see that happen.
Like at the same time, there are ways to prevent all these hospitalizations. If more
Yes.
people were to get vaccinated who have the availability to do so, which in the States is quite a bit, you know, that can prevent the shortages, that can help sort of people like us function better in society. And
Yeah.
something that I've been thinking about is the whole, but you don't look sick, you look fine. You're seeing people when they're at their best, when they have their medications, when they have their treatments.
It's a great point.
When we don't get them, we're not out in the world. We're not, you know, taking
We're in
selfies.
bed. Yeah,
We're in bed.
bed.
We're not
Yeah.
functioning the way
Yeah.
we should.